though I already got him back in 2016, Otis was one of my most anticipated re-releases for 2022, and it seems to be true with a bunch of you guys as well, considering how much he completely destroyed Andy Vaporlock in the poll I put up the other day for who you guys wanted me to review first. I've wanted Andy for so long. He's like $70 online. He's probably my most anticipated re-release of 2022, and Otis just destroyed him in the poll. But it's alright, Andy. We'll review you tomorrow. It's okay. It's alright. I wasn't initially planning on getting the 2022 Made in Thailand Otis, but as soon as I saw him in the store, I knew I had to get him and take a closer look at him. As you can see, he is very visibly different from the original Otis, and that all boils down to one factor: the rust detailing is a lot more detailed, a lot more white, and quite a bit more realistic. But that's not the only change, as he just looks to have a matte paint job. I'll have to confirm that when I open him, of course. And also, he has two little indentations in the bottom so that he can be towed by the new Mater, currently out in a 2-pack with Road Repair McQueen. Now, I don't have that 2-pack yet. Hopefully, I'll get it soon. But I do have confirmation from my Discord server that the regular Mater still works with these cars. The regular Mater can tow Otis. I'm not going to be towing Otis in this review. When I review the new Mater, I will definitely hook him up. But just know that he is able to connect to Mater. Probably, again, show that when I review the new 2-pack. Both the old Mater and the new Mater can hook up to him. I'm honestly really surprised that they gave Otis those little indentations. I'm so glad they did. I really didn't expect them to. They've been doing that for a bunch of McQueens this year, so that Mater can tow him. I'm just so happy that Otis got that treatment, as well as his whole character exists to A, deliver exposition about what a lemon is, and B, be towed by Mater. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to take a look at the 2022 Made in Thailand Otis. So, let's get started. This is actually the first time, I believe, I've reviewed a 2022 car with this style card back. There are two different types of card back for the 2022 singles. This one with the stadium background, kind of looks like the Thomasville Speedway, and this one with a Willys Butte background. I feel like there's literally no point. Like 80% of the cars have this stadium background. Basically, anyone who's not a Radiator Springs character has it. I definitely prefer how this one looks. I mean, it's nice, but it would have been nice to have more than two so that you could have like a better fit for some characters. You know, some characters with that stadium background really shouldn't have it. Like, I'm pretty sure Millie has the stadium background because she's vaguely related to racing. It would have been nice to have a few more options. Like, when they released Chisaki, like, what's her background going to be? Anyway, you can see, as seen in Cars 2, we've got Miguel Camino, Francesco, Chisaki coming back after 2021, which is fine. I don't know. Chisaki is one of those cars that always gets re-released for some reason. Lewis Hamilton, Sarge, Sheriff. Again, these two, as I said in my Miles Axelrod review, interesting strategy here. Technically, they did appear in Cars 2, so it's interesting that they're labeled as that this year. That isn't inaccurate. They were in Cars 2. And finally, Artist Ramon, finally coming back after 2016. As I said before, a lot of the Cars 2 releases this year seem to be themed around the sort of 95 Returns or Meldorado show sort of deal, which I think is pretty cool. I definitely would have preferred some like international cars, more of a focus on that, but it's not often that Cars 2 releases focus on that part of the movie, so I think that's a pretty cool choice. Anyway, though, here is Otis out of the package, and yeah, this guy is very matte. Very much has a matte paint job, and just one look at him will show you how different he is. Look at that. For starters, my Otis, at least, has his eyes sort of indented in a bit. This Otis does not. They are level with the rest of him, pretty much. He's got a complete matte paint job. He's got pretty much the same face, same smile there. The rust is completely different. I wonder if it's a case where the rust is different on each individual version of the diecast. I'm not too sure. Certain diecasts will have like dirt detailing that's different on every single one because it's randomly applied, but I doubt that's the case for Otis here with how intricate and detailed that rust is. I think the rust on the Made in Thailand cars looks great. If you look at a car like Jenny Toland, she has such realistic rust detailing. Like, it looks like an actual car you might see that's kind of rusty and should probably get that fixed. I don't really know how I feel about this with Otis. I feel like it's almost overkill with how much rust there is. I kind of prefer this. I don't like all like the white trailing off. It looks kind of distracting from the rest of the car, honestly. But still, I think it's pretty nice. It's just a lot of nice detail. I just think it's up to your personal preference. Is Otis really that rusty in the movie? It's not like whitish rust. I guess it sort of is. Maybe I'll put a picture of him on screen just for a better comparison, because I really don't know which one's more accurate. Alright, well, I decided I couldn't wait until editing to see whether or not Otis's rust is more accurate here, and yeah, honestly, it definitely seems like it. You can see that rust is a lot more white, which is definitely realistic. There are some more brown patches, which the diecast highlights, and some more white patches, so all in all, this does seem like a more accurate Otis, which is really nice. I didn't really realize that, but yeah. On the side, I love that detailing on that door here. You can see one of Otis's doors is replaced, and once again, on this variant, it looks a lot more realistic. Otis's wheels are a little different. Thailand cars have this obsession with poking a hole in the wheels of all cars, which doesn't always look better. Definitely prefer how this looks, but you can see he has a replacement wheel. This is actually the replacement wheel. Oh, that's weird. Oh, wait. Did they change what wheel was a replacement? No, never mind. It's still the same. Okay, good. This wheel's a replacement. This door is a replacement. You have a logo here, I believe, says... Does it say limited, I think? Yeah. Really, really nice rust detailing. You can see it's a bit lighter on this side than on the normal diecast. But really nicely detailed car. The rust isn't really textured, but it wasn't really on the original. This part is still matte. This like sort of separate piece covering a bit of the back. There's a look at the back, which has the license plate of 060562. There you go. Also have that little O logo there. Even more rust detailing on the back. Really, really great rust detailing on this guy. I wasn't really completely sold on the rust detailing initially, but now that I see it's definitely a little more accurate. Looks really nice. This Otis honestly is a bit too shiny when you look at him in the movie. Like, look at how like dirty the car is here. And then look at this. This is definitely a bit too clean. They even have a more faded design here with the silver. Definitely think this one is a little more accurate in terms of representing Otis as a character. And you can see those little divots to attach to Mater. You know what, guys? Forget it. Got some Maters here. We're going to try to connect him to Mater. Now, the new Mater has a wider tow cable there to attach to these cars more easily. I don't know. This is going to be hard to do one-handed. I think I'm going to... Maybe I'll cut the camera. But let's... Yeah, okay. It hooks on there. Alright, there we go. We got it to hook on. Hooks on pretty easily. Probably not the most stable connection. The new one, again, has a longer hook so that it could stay in there more stably. But it works perfectly fine. Let's try to connect it to the front. Cut the camera and then do that, since it'll probably be easier than doing it one-handed. And there you have it. Again, I'm sure the new Mater is probably a bit better at doing that, but very nice. I'd assume that, unfortunately, the Precision Series Mater probably won't hook onto these. Tow hook is probably a bit too wide. Alright, well, I am gladly mistaken. It actually hooks up to the Precision Series one. That's great. Hooks up pretty well. I was not expecting that. That is really nice. And it honestly makes the new Mater kind of pointless. I don't know, not really a big fan of that new Mater. He had a new face in the prototype image, and the final version does not have a new face. And clearly, these cars can still connect to the original Mater. So, what's the point with the new one? But something that I'm not upset with is this new Otis. I think he looks great. I'm not the biggest fan of how he looks with all of like the white rust, but definitely is more accurate, and I think it really represents who the character is quite a bit better than this guy. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.